Hey guys, it's Paul. Hey, okay, so today, and I'm probably stepping into the lion's den by doing this video, but today I wanted to talk about this book, The Love of Chromatic Harmonica, Techniques and Advice from the World's Best by David Kettlewell and Frederica Cohen. Um, okay, so just going to address the elephant in the room first before even getting into this. I know about all the hubbub and about all the garbage and crap that has surrounded the book. Okay, that's not what this is about. I don't even want to talk about it. I've got my own opinions about all of it, and that's all fine and good. I know that there are a lot of opinions out there about it. That's not what this is about. I really just wanted to talk about the book. Because it is a new resource that's out there for chromatic harmonica, and frankly, I mean, chromatic harmonica, there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's a few books out there. I got a couple books that I'm kind of a book junkie. I'm a big time reader. I love to read, so especially on topics that interest me. So if something comes out, I'm going to get it, and I want to inspect it, look at it, learn. This book, I got this before all of that garbage actually happened, and about a year ago, David Kettlewell actually did call me, and we had a conversation for about, I don't know, 30 minutes about the various models. I had some models that he was curious about, the Sirius, the SCX, the Saxony, things like that. We had a great discussion over the phone for about 30 minutes about those things, and that was that. And you know what? I think a lot of what he's written in here about those models is spot on in his reviews. The book itself is very, very inclusive. I'm really surprised at the content, how much content there is in this book. It goes from actual, mechanical stuff like, reed activation and explaining how the reeds are activated, how the slide is actually, you can look at it like a gate, or even, just holding the harmonica, embouchure, tongue block, lip, pucker, all those kinds of things. Right into areas that I'm very interested in, like the theory, like intervallic theory, the intervals, how major scales are built, whole, half concepts, all of that kind of stuff. But the great thing about those areas is that I felt the way he explained it in the book was fantastic. It was simple, and I think if somebody who was just kind of, it was new to them, I think if they read it, if they read that section, they would probably get a lot out of it, which was pretty cool. Talks about minor scales, even kind of lays some of that stuff out for you, how it's laid out on the instrument, which I thought was great. Also, there are a ton of interviews in here. Okay, Brendan Power. He's interviewed. You got Will Gallison, Robert Bonfiglio. These guys are the best of the freaking best. Okay, and they've been interviewed in this book, and they give their perspective on playing and on instruments and all that kind of stuff. If you can't find value in what they have to say, I have to tell you, I've heard some people say, well, I don't know what book you're looking at, but that thing is trash or whatever. I'm not so sure those people actually read this book before they even said that, because I got to tell you, if you think that whatever it is that Brendan Power or Will Gallison or Bonfiglio or any of those guys say isn't valuable, I'd have to question that. I would also have to say you're probably one of the best freaking harmonica players on the planet, because I don't know too many people that are, better than they are. I mean, these guys are and here they are. Okay, so granted, some of the contributions, and there may be some issues between contributors and the authors and all that. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about content. The content is actually really good in this book, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. Also, so you got the intervals, you got just playing along with CDs and backing tracks. You've got all of these different just topic after topic. And some are more inclusive than others, some of these topics, but um, a personal journeys section where it talks about, goes over, different players' profiles and, you know, things like that, which is, I think, is really cool. And then it's got this harmonica reviews and suggested customizations section, which for me was the first section that really kind of hit it for me, because there were two things that I found in that section that you can do to your SCX to make it play better. And surprisingly enough, I actually did some checking on those things and found them to be very valuable. So, and I just was kind of really surprised by that right off the bat. Um, it explains shorts, throw slides, things like, stuff about the instrument that might have otherwise been kind of a mystery, or we weren't really sure. Alloy aluminum comb, tuning of a sidal Saxony, um, finely machined mouthpiece, self-cleaning to a great degree. This kind of talks about the Saxony's mouthpiece, which is something that I mentioned in one of my videos. And, you know, short throw slide, less breath required to play the instruments, which right there, I can tell you that right there is a problem. You get these finely tuned instruments where the tolerances are very, very small, and you get guys blowing the crap out of them, and they're wondering why their Saxony is not working for them. It's because you're trying to play it like a diatonic, and you don't play it like a diatonic. So this does a good job of kind of, talking about all of those different, even geeky techie stuff, which I love, man. So I think overall, I think the book does a great job of being. I think it's a great inclusive book on the subject of chromatic harmonica, which is something that we lack. I don't think we have a whole lot of. The only thing that I could say probably is that, like any other source, I don't agree 100% with everything that I read. I like to draw my own conclusions from time to time based on my own experience. Not to say that I don't listen to what people say, but I think it's important to investigate. Trust but verify. I always say that you trust what you're told, but you verify it, and use it for yourself. There are a couple things in here that I didn't find as much of an issue. Like he mentions that angled mouthpieces well, I don't remember how the more dated angled mouthpieces aren't as, I guess, comfortable or something as the rounded mouthpieces for tongue blocking. Some people might find that to be true. I definitely didn't. I think the rounded is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, and I enjoy them, but I don't find any difference between the two. I mean, it just feels different. It's not uncomfortable, and it's definitely not something that impedes me in any way. But so, and the only other thing that I would have to say is, for my own opinion, is that I kind of felt a little bit like maybe Suzuki and the Seidels got or the Suzuki in particular, got a little bit more favor than maybe other instruments like the Hohner stuff. And so there's a lot of slant given to Suzuki. I mean, even on the cover, that's an SCX on the cover. So, I have no problem with that, to be honest with you, because a chromatic harmonica is a chromatic harmonica, and the information that you find in this book, a lot of it, most all of it will apply to just about any chromatic harmonica. So whatever model you tend to play is completely up to you, obviously. So those are just my comments. For anyone who cares to listen, here's the thing: you can buy this book from Rock and Ron's. Okay, so Rock and Ron has these books for sale, and that is where you should get it. I think a business like his, he supplies us with our harps, guys. I mean, he does a great job of doing it, and I know that there are others out there, but his service is just fantastic, and he truly cares about his customers. So um, I know he's got some of these for sale. I don't know how many he has left or whatever, but if you're thinking about getting one, you can get it from him, rockandronsmusic.com. I think it's rockandronsmusic.com now. Look it up, and if you want it, get it. If you don't want it, that's fine too. If some of the issues surrounding the book have caused you not to want it or whatever, hey, that's your own thing, man. Everybody's got their own opinions about these things, and that's fine too. So take care, guys. If you have any questions, as always, just give me a holler. We'll talk to you later. Bye.